Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Canada Pokemon for you guys, and today's video is going to be a basketball season in review / highlights video. So basically, just to give you guys a rundown of this video and what it will entail, I'm going to explain literally for 30 seconds about the season. Then I'm going to show you guys my highlights, and then I'm going to be going in depth with all my stats and my reflections on the season and things for next season. So if you guys just came here for the highlights, just keep watching, you'll watch it and then you can click off. But if you guys do want to hear my thoughts about the season and all, what went through my head, keep watching, stay to the end. Alright, this focus should be crisp. Okay, before I get to show you guys my highlights, these aren't really highlights, okay? This is not some cool, Euro step, double pump, sick reverse finger roll. No. This is literally just my points that were scored. So there's going to be a lot of foul shots in here. I'm sorry, but stick around. There's some cool threes. There is some pump fakes and drives and stuff. There's a bunch of random stuff, so you guys can get a little bit of feel for what my game is looking like. So then you can better understand my thoughts at the end. So this is not like a mixtape. Don't expect a mixtape. Expect more subtle, my mom recording from the bleachers type film. Also, if you guys are wondering what level I was playing, I'm actually a swing player. If you want to know what a swing player is, I'm going to explain that right after the highlights, but just for the sake of you guys watching, most of the footage is in JV, and then the last game is varsity.
Nice shot. Get it in there.
Get the ball. Get it,
Get the ball. Miko, hoop. Oh. Jump. Use the backboard here.
Good job, Kiana. Come on.
Easy. Back you up.
There you go.
My God. You're so cute. Shoot the ball. Nice.
Nice job. Good job. Robert, good job, Kiana. Oh, I didn't stay there. Yeah. I stayed there, yeah. Is it so? I ain't too mad enough.
footage that I have for you guys. My mom didn't get to go as many games to film as she did last season because we had a lot of games while she was working and stuff. So I didn't have as much footage as I did last season. Sorry about that. But hopefully you guys did enjoy those highlights, game footage there. Before I get on to explaining all my stats, I just want to explain to you guys what a swing player is. So in my league, there is a rule because we have like a lot of different aged players and we have like 3 different levels, freshman, JV, and varsity. We have a 4-quarter rule, so for one day, a player can only is eligible for 4 quarters, and if you say you go in for like 30 seconds in 1 quarter, that counts as a quarter. I'm a swing player, so for most of the season, I played 3 quarters in the JV game. So for most of the stats I'm reading to you guys, it's going to be in the JV game for 3 quarters. Some of them even 2 or 1 quarter, you know. In order to sit on the bench for varsity and like if we were losing by a lot, I would go in. I had 1 quarter eligible for varsity, but most of the time I just sat on the bench. Sometimes I saw limited playing time for like the last minute of the game when we're down by 40, but as you guys will come to see, I got some actual meaningful minutes at the end of the season. So, alright, so I'm going to get started with just my stats. We're just going to go off right now. In total for the season, out of about 20 games, give or take again, because sometimes I played like 1 quarter and saw only a few minutes, so I didn't really count that stuff. I had 181 points. I mean, we'll compare that to last season a little bit later. Into account, my average was 9 points a game, which is not bad. It went up from last season, so that's good. Stuff that went down from last season, which got worse. My threes made, I only made 18 threes this season. Last season I did make 40. And my free throw percentage was give or take. Okay guys, something else I forgot to mention. All this stats and stuff is from my memory, from my head, and I just like write it down. This is not like straight out the book. This is just what I remember when I score and stuff like that. And I do stay honest with myself. Like if I am not sure if I score, I don't count it. So this is like give or take, you know, this could be more or less. But they don't count stats because. So my free throw percentage was a god-awful 54%. 29 out of 54. Again, these numbers range, but that's pretty goddamn terrible. I would like to be somewhere around the 80%. I think that's where I could be. And free throws are usually like my strong suit, so I don't know why I choked so bad, but like, yeah, I did. Now I'm gonna start talking about like my best games where I had like 15 points or above, and then I'll tell you guys how I score those points. So for a JV game where we actually won 60-28, I did have 22 points. I had 2 threes that game. I posted up a lot. I had a good pump fake that my mom wasn't actually filming, so that sucks. And then I went 6 for 8 on foul shots. That game I remember I posted up on this girl who had 4 fouls. She fouled out and they only had 5 players, so she fouled out and they only had 4. So that was kind of how we won by 60-28. Anyways. Then the next game after that, I scored 20 points. I had a 3. I had some layups. Some foul shots. That game was not specific. We won by 48-41, and then that was my first like ever Euro attempt in the game. The girl fouled me like right on my arm, but like I still tried a Euro. And then 16 points a few games later, 2 threes, 2 layups. I had a rebound put back. Get back to that. And then I was 4 for 8 on foul shots. And then a few games later, I had 20 points again. I had 4 threes. That was like a game that I got so angry the first half that I just like kind of went off. Mostly in the second half. I drove it twice, and then I was 4 for 4 on foul shots, which was pretty good. Alright, so that's like pretty much my best games for JV. And then, like I said, I was going to tell you guys later, for varsity, like I said, I barely ever played. Like, I was that person who played when there was a minute left and we were down by 40. That's about it. But towards the end of the season, we lost a lot of our players. Let's see, we lost 2 of our starters and our like 6-man. And then we also lost one of our older players as well. For one of our games, we only really had like around 7 players for our second to last game. And that's when I actually like played a lot. I didn't start, but I kind of went in first, and then I came out once and then never came out again. So that game, I scored 11 points. I got like 2 shots, I guess. I had a rebound put back. I got an and 1, which was pretty sick. I went 3 for 6 foul shots, could have been way better. 11 rebounds and 3 assists. Before that though, I did get my first career varsity point on around the end of January. And then I scored a 3 again in a game that we lost by like 50. The next game, since I did like pretty well, like I had a double-double, in that varsity game. It was the next day I started. I was super nervous. I don't like disappointing people, and I knew that that was kind of like a fluke. I was just kind of in the right place at the right time to get 11 points, you know. So I only got 2 points, and it was off a rebound putback, but I did get 9 rebounds, 0 for 2 on foul shots, and that was the game that I had to start. And yeah, I was really nervous, but it's whatever. That was the last game of the season. So for varsity, I have a total of 17 career points going strong. And on those rebound putbacks, those are just like offensive rebounds and like second chances points. So I think this year something I did well at was, for example, the game that I started, my shot was not on, like it just wasn't. I only had 2 points, but like 9 rebounds. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say, what I couldn't do for like shooting, I tried to make up for it in like other stats. So whether it be like assists or rebounds and stuff like that, and just putting in that extra effort, you know, boxing out, which shouldn't be extra effort, but it kind of is in today's game. But all right, now it's time to make the comparisons from last year. So last year I had 212 points, and this year, a 32-point difference. Last year I averaged about 7.5 points per game. This year I averaged 9, so my average went up. Again, I had 43s to 18 this year, so my like 3-point shot just like disappeared. And like the weird thing about it is, it was either like swish or my shot like just airballed. Like I don't think I've ever airballed more in my life. And this year I got stuffed a lot too. My coach said it's just in your head. I also the defense is better, so you get fewer open shots. That's kind of like, I hate to like in school and like grades and everything, I don't like to, you know, go up and then go down. I hate that. Like, it's just something, it like triggers me inside. Like, it really does. Like, few things in this world that pisses me off more than seeing like that. Like, I don't like that. If it goes up, then it keeps going up. So that's why, like, I don't know, like, I don't like that. I don't care if the defense is better. But that being said, though, there were some improvements made, I think I could say. A few things I think I improved on were communication. So that's like talking on defense. And like, especially like playing AAU, you could tell like at their schools, because we all go to different schools, you could tell like, oh, maybe they didn't focus on that much, because like people from my school are the ones like screaming like, help, I got your help, I got your help, like blah blah blah. Just, you know, letting your teammates know like what's on the floor, or if I'm usually back on a press, I could see the whole court, so I tell them what they have and stuff like that. Another improvement, I did go and start driving a lot more. I didn't really finish as much as I would like to, but I did start driving and even posting up a little bit. I'm only 5'6" on a good day with my shoes on. I've pump faked a lot more this year, and like it actually like worked. One of the clips you could like tell really a lot that I like pump faked, like had a good fake, and I drove right by her. But a lot of times I pump faked and would step forward, and then my shot off the dribble is just so bad that I would airball it. So that was bad, but the move was there and I got by and it created space, open shot, that's what counts. And that leads me into improvements to make. So really I have here written down 3s, but mostly it's just shot off the dribble. And I think a way to improve this is my shot form. I was just sitting down like observing like a boys practice, and what the coach was really emphasizing was during practice, over exaggerate your form and like hold it there, and it will really like work and do wonders. And like I just like when shooting around, like I do that sometimes, and like it really does, it really helps, but like it's just hard for me to like put that into a game. Usually like follow my shot right away, and then it bounces right over my head, so love that for me. If you shoot like that and hold your form, and you know, it's your middle finger's like pointing at the basket, it eliminates you missing from left to right. But then I start missing from, you know, front and back. And I think that's because I need to be like more consistent in how much I bend my knees and stuff. Sometimes I don't jump at all, and sometimes I jump like way too much. I was watching a like Instagram, like, I don't know, like lethal shooter video thing. And he said when you shoot, it needs to like stay like separate like that, because I'll insert a picture right here. Some guy like, literally like caught me while I was shooting, and like other people's forms like out here, and mine's like that, like crossed. And like it's also because I hold the ball like kind of out here, so I like push it like to the thing, and then my arms end up crossing. So I need to like focus on that, like flick of the wrist, holding the follow through, and separating my hands. Hopefully that will improve my foul shot percentage, because I do the same thing every time, and sometimes I left it in, sometimes I cut it out, like my twinkle toes. That's not what I'm worried about. Maybe it's too much stuff and I should just take it out, but of my like routine. But I think it's just my shot that's off, and like me doubting myself when I get there to the line. Those are kind of big things I need to work on, but that's going to take a lot of time. But things I can work on that's most important in my opinion is my defense. My defense is so bad. I think a lot of times that I didn't get to play a lot is because of my defense and I'm just like a liability out there. Like, it's basically 5 versus 4 if I'm out there on defense because I cannot stay in front of people. The same pump fake that I do, and it's just like, I don't know, I'm just like right by like a wet noodle like thing. So with defense, I also want to get better on my like straightaway speed for like fast breaks and stuff. I could catch up to the offensive people when I'm on defense, or if I'm trying to go on a fast break. Like, it's so easy for people to catch up to me and like steal the ball away, so I need to get faster. And then if somehow I can improve all that stuff, new moves would be cool. I've been watching a little bit of a lot slam, like mixtapes and stuff, and like these moves are like pretty sick, so I just taught myself one outside the other day. You dribble with your right, step with your left, spin like 360 jump, and to know how to do it when there's people playing against me. So that could be cool, but I mean, with learning that move, I would need to learn, like, I need to get my shot off the dribble, better. So those are all things I'm looking to improve, to work on. Hopefully, I can get better. So next season, I could have a truly diverse, dynamic game. So I can pull up in your face, make a shot in your mouth, or I could, like, mix you in, 360 finger roll jelly package. So this year, last year, I think my 8th grade season, I think I did a good job of shooting threes. This year, I think I did a good job of playing down low, so driving more and posting up and like getting rebounds and stuff. So next year, I would like to combine those, so I'm a dual threat and also not a liability on defense, which I think is the most important thing to improve on right now. I like practicing sliding. My footwork is just so bad. Also, please don't comment that I shoot like Lonzo Ball, because Lonzo Ball shoots like that and I shoot like that, so it's kind of the opposite of Lonzo Ball. He brings it to that way, I bring it to this way. Alright? My season ended February 20th. This video is probably going up either at the end of March or beginning of April, so I'm sorry this is so delayed, but I just had a lot of other videos pre-filmed and everything, and I didn't want to like flood with the same type of video. So with that being said though, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.